Hello and welcome to the Accountant's Movie Review, where we sift through popular movies to find those accounting hidden gems within which other reviews have almost certainly left you without. We're going to talk today about Star Wars. Star Wars being about a small businessman trying to conduct his small business in a very oppressive environment. An environment that is highly regulated, highly controlled, highly centralized, an environment governed by the Empire. The empire governing the galaxy is basically run by the people at this small table. The people at this small table report to the emperor. The emperor has recently done away with the last remnants of the old republic. We first meet our protagonist in the only place where honest business can still be conducted. A place where all great history-altering decisions have always been made. That place being, of course, at the bar. So we find our protagonist Han Solo at the bar looking to conduct business. Here he finds a client, that client being an old man looking for passage to Alderaan. The only cargo being that old man, a boy, and 2 droids. The only condition being no questions asked. And of course our protagonist Han Solo follows up with a question. And the old man answers that they're basically trying to avoid any Imperial difficulties. Han then puts an offer on the table, that offer being 10,000 credits. We are talking credit because this is a galaxy far, far away. He wants 10,000 up front, and the old man puts in a counter offer. The old man being Ben Kenobi, he says 2,000 credits up front. We'll give you 2,000 credits right now. We'll give you 15 once you complete the job, once we get to the Alderaan system. 17,000 total. Luke Skywalker, the boy here, not very happy with the negotiations, but it doesn't look like he has much say in things at this point. Han is happy with the negotiation. He's going to take that deal. We see that Han is more desperate than we would originally thought because of the fact that he does owe Jabba the Hutt here some money. He owes Jabba the Hutt money for a job that he could not complete in the past. Not completely clear what happened, but it looks like the government and the Empire imposed some kind of regulations on him and he wasn't able to complete the job, and therefore he owes Jabba the Hutt money. He's going to renegotiate the terms with Jabba here. Jabba's going to give him an extension of time in which to pay, and they're going to renegotiate the amount. I'm going to say it's going to be 15,000 credits that he owes Jabba. So therefore, if he does the job, he's going to get 17 total. He can then pay off Jabba with the 15 that is owed to him at the end of that time period. So if we look at his balance sheet before he takes on this job, where does he start off before the job? He's got the cash of 1,000. I'm going to say he's got cash, credits 1,000. He's got his Millennium Falcon, his ship here. And he's got his blaster 500. And that's all you really need as a small business person. You got your ship, you got your blaster. He's got property, plant, and equipment 30,500. He's got cash of 1,000, therefore his assets are 31,500. He owes Jabba 15,000. Now you might be saying, well, if he only owes Jabba 15 and he's got 31,500 in assets, what's the problem? Why doesn't he just pay Jabba off? And the problem, of course, is that he's only got cash of 1,000. All the rest of it's in the ship, basically. And he's not going to give Jabba the ship, although Jabba would be happy to take the Falcon off of Han's hands, and he's not going to sell the ship. That would be unacceptable. So that's where the problem lies. You might be asking, why doesn't he get a loan against the ship? Why doesn't he put the ship on as collateral and get a loan against it? And under a normal business environment, that would be doable. But under the highly oppressive environment, government that we have here, doesn't look like credit is very available, even if you put a ship down as collateral. Therefore, he has to basically take the loan out from Jabba himself, which is something that you wouldn't generally want to do. So if we take the 31,500 minus the 15, he's got capital of 16,500. Liabilities plus the capital means that he's got total liabilities and equity, 31,500. That equals the assets. That's where we start off before he takes on this first job with the old man, Ben Kenobi. So let's go back to that transaction. He takes on this job with old Ben Kenobi, 2,000 credits up front. He's going to get that right here at the bar. And he's going to get 15,000 once the job is completed. How would we record that? Well, he's going to get cash. He's going to get credits. He's got that right now. It's going to say 2,000 is going to go up. His pocket now has 3,000 in it. What's the credit going to go to? You might say it should go to income since he's going to work, but he hasn't earned it yet. So we have to put it into unearned revenue at this point. It's a liability. Why is it a liability? Because he owes the job. He owes the work, or he owes the money back. If he does not do the job and he doesn't give the money back, he's going to be in the same situation with Jabba here, who's trying to kill him. So we don't want to do that. And although Ben looks like an old man here, he did just cut someone's arm off right before the negotiation. So it's probably not someone where you just want to steal his 2,000 and not do the job. He's got to do the job, therefore it's a liability. So where are we at this time? He's got 3,000 cash. He's got his Millennium Falcon. He's got his blaster. He's got 2,100 in revenue. He's got the loan to Jabba. That means his capital 16.5. Nothing on the income statement yet. And he's got debits equaling the credits. No net income. Now you may also be saying, well, what about the 15,000 that he's going to get? He's got a deal that he's going to get 15,000. Why don't we record that? And although he does have a deal, he's kind of like bid for the job, but he hasn't done anything yet. He hasn't earned it. He hasn't received it. So although they have a negotiation for that to take place, there's no transaction at this point because in terms of the books, hasn't earned it and he hasn't gotten anything yet at this point. Therefore, no transaction for the 15 that he's going to get when he completes the job. Now, right after he gets that 2,000, he then meets a bounty hunter before he can negotiate the terms with Jabba, and the bounty hunter is trying to collect on the debt that he owes to Jabba here. And within the conversation, they get into a shootout. Han has to kill the bounty hunter here, so Han kills the bounty hunter within the bar. This is going to be our first transaction. Why? Because as he leaves the bar, he's going to give the bartender $100 credits and cash, kind of, in order to not cause any problems and pay for basically the cleanup of the bounty hunter within the bar. He's also feeling fairly rich considering the fact that he just got 2,000 credits and he thinks he's going to get 15 on the completion of a fairly easy job, what looks like a fairly easy job. So he gives the bartender, I'm going to say 100 credits in order to clean up the dead bounty hunter that he just killed in the bar. So let's record that transaction. If we're going to record that, we're going to have to say, okay, well then cash is going to go down for the 100. We got to record that. He doesn't have that anymore. What's the debit going to go to? Are we going to record it to, dead bounty hunter cleanup expense? Is that what we should put it into? Or is it like murder expense? We probably don't want to have an expense account called murder expense or dead bounty hunter. So let's just put it into miscellaneous. We're going to put it in the miscellaneous expense here. So we've got that. And if we then take a look at our trial balance, this is where we are at the trial balance. If we convert the trial balance into the financial statements after that two transactions, the sale, the income that he's going to get, the deal, the 2,000 that he got, it's not income yet, but the 2,000 cash he got for the job that he's put in place, as well as this $100 he paid for the bounty hunter, then we have cash of 2,900. We still have the Millennium Falcon 30,000. We've got the blaster 500, and that means that we have property, plant, and equipment 30,005 plus the 2,009, 33,400 total assets. He has unearned revenue of 2,000 for the job. He's got 15,000 owed to Jabba, liabilities of 17,000, and he's got capital of 16,400. 16,400 plus the 17 is the 33,400. So let's break down this number a little bit more by first looking at the income statement. So the income statement, remember, we're starting off just with this one transaction of the miscellaneous expense. He doesn't have any income, even though he got 2,000 and he's got a promise to do a job. He hasn't earned it yet. He hasn't earned the 2,000 he received, and he hasn't done the job. No income at this point, even though he does have cash flow. And then he spent the miscellaneous expense of 100. So even though he kind of got $2,000, he's really got a loss in terms of what he's earned at this point, because he's only got the expense for the bounty hunter problem, and so that means he's got a negative 100. And if we look at a statement of equity, we started at 16,500. Here's the 100 loss. That's how we get to this 16,400. That's how this ties out. The income statement ties out to the statement of equity. The statement of equity ties out to the balance sheet. Now, next time we're going to continue forward. We're going to have some exciting activity. One is that the central office of the Empire, the government agency, is going to call Han into their central office here. So this is a Millennium Falcon going into their central office, and they have some questions about Han. Doesn't look like he's been up to date on some regulations again, so they want to question him. Not going to be a good experience for Han, kind of like going to the IRS for an audit or something. So that's not going to be good. But within that process, he does take on another job, that job being like a queen saving business job. So that's going to be good for the business. Here he is negotiating the terms for that job. So that'll be exciting.